Greetings and salutations, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members. It's week 3, and finally, I have time to do a podcast that will tell you not part of the plan to do these things on Friday morning at 6:20 a.m., but business is busy. iPhone launch week, it's the worst. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about the week I had at work, but hey, what are you going to do, So anyway, going to go down here. It's going to be quick. I have this big black bar here because I don't have time to make a graphic this week. But I want to put something out for you. Next week, hopefully I'll have time to make a full-fledged podcast. But this time, we need to break down what's going on, and more importantly, what's happening this weekend in the Survivor League. Huge, huge week. Every week's huge with these 11 weeks, with this 11-week schedule, because all 11 games are conference games. So Larry Weinberg's asking where the podcast is. Where's the podcast? Like, bro, let me tell you something. I essentially work 5 jobs. I have 3 kids. And on top of that, it's iPhone launch week. So, cool your jets. It's coming. I promise it's coming. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, my God. It's going to be great. So, here we go. Without further ado, let's break down the bottom 10. The bottom 10 teams in the nation are, first of all, the worst team in the league is Lisinski's Legends. They are, I forgot to delete these columns. Whoops. 1 second. See, I'm barely functioning here. Give me 1 second here. This is good. This is great television. Okay, now I can do it. Lisinski's Legends 0-3 with a staggering 163 points. People almost scored that in 1 week. Lisinski's Legends, I believe he's been randomized once already, but still, that's only once. You might not have been either. I don't know. I know you put in a bad lineup week 1. The Bombers, 0-3 with 172 points, 99% luck, 1% heart, also 1% lineup making skill, 177 points. The Irish Shamrocks, not very lucky this year so far. They're 0-3 with 189. Toon Squad, they're completely out of tune. They sound like, I don't know, you ever gone to a karaoke bar and someone always wants to sing that, I want a brand new pair of roller skates? Seems like every time I go to a karaoke bar, that song is sung, and it sounds just like that. And the Toon Squad is the MUSL equivalent of it, but at least they have 198 points, much better than some of these bums. The Lions, what? 0-3-0? How often is it that your team has a sizably worse record than the real Lions, who are sitting at 2-0-1 for now? Going to that game on Sunday, won it, had a pretty good contest at work, and they're taking us to the Lions game this Sunday. So, what better way to be rewarded than to watch your team get murdered on the field? But the Lions are weird. They might win this week. You never know. Tell you who's not winning? The Lions. That's for sure. 0-3, but they have scored 200 points, which isn't terrible. FarmersOnly.com. This guy is a former champion. He starts the season off 0-3. That's rough. Rolling with my homies. He's young. First year. Getting thrown to the Wolves, 0-3, but still not quite at the bottom. Steel City Sackers, 240. Bare Naked Tigers, Jackie Woods, always up to no good. I mean, you have to wonder if he had not gotten randomized, would he be 1-2? But here's the thing. If you look at this, he's 102, he's 1-2, but he has 166 points. Almost every other team in this group, with the exception of Lisinski's Legends, has more points than Bare Naked Tigers does. But Bare Naked Tigers got lucky once as they win. And then rounding out the bottom 10. Well, actually, that is the bottom 10. Sorry. That's the bottom 10. So now let's go to the top 20 in the nation. We scroll by some other teams. Top 20 in the nation, starting off with Brady O'Bush, who fell this week from number 10 down to number 20. They're 2-1 with 271 points. New Orleans Rock Chucks down from number 7 down to number 19. They have 275 points, so 4 points more than BYB. Cheechki, well, more on this later. Cheechki is 2-1, 280 points. They fell from number 3, so the 3 teams fell in the top 10. Okay, new to the top 20 this week. Collector Kings, Danny Lane, 282 points. Mayfield's Chubb fell, too, from number 1 down to number 16 after they lost with 293 points. The Providence Power, yours truly, after starting 0-1, has won 2 in a row, scored over 100 points each week, including this week, doubling up old Jeffrey Arbogast's team. 293 points. Sorry, I got a sore throat. into the top 15 for the first time this year. In the top 20 for the first time this year, I think. Giggle Giggle, another newcomer. Michael Myers, 305.94. Not a lot of new teams in the top 20, though, by the way. Bring Back the Butt Fumble also fell from number 5 down to number 13 with 307, respectively. Now, look at this, though. Bring Back the Butt Fumble, Giggle Giggle, all over 300 points, but they have a loss. It's tough. Bleeding Blue Bombers, 3-0, top number 12 now, up from number 18. Only has 241 points. What? You go down here and you look at teams like This Is My Year, by the way, former number 1 team, lost 2 in a row, 278, and he's 1-2. Yet Bleeding Blue Bombers, 3-0 with 241. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Password is Taco, up from number 19 up to number 11 with 253. Also not a lot of points. Built 4D Tough, 256. He's number 10. We're in the top 10 now, folks. Number 9, Larry Weinberg, a.k.a. Where's Your Podcast? 260 points. I would like to ask where your points are, but you're getting lucky and winning. 260, still not great for points. Some of these teams that are 1 and 2 have more points than that. Sticks it in, yes, 270 points. Kekambas, 271. Lennon Hurricanes, my son in his inaugural Michigan Ultimate Survivor League season, currently 3-0, ranked number 6 in the nation. Now we're going to get to the top 5. It gets a little more intense. Tenacious D, up from number 11 to number 5 at 278. Super Original, up from number 12 to number 4 with 306 points. Play with Mike Ditka, 311 points, good for number 3, up from number 6. Zeke's Relationship Corner, up from number 4 to number 2 at 316 points. And then finally, I don't want to wake up the family. Gotta wake up my son soon anyway. The number 1 team in the nation is Granny's Baloney Curtains. Not a big jump, but it's a jump nonetheless. Up from number 2, up to number 1. And this is interesting here. Look at this. Less than a point separates number 2 from number 1. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look real quick and just see where this is kind of awkwardly shaped, but we're going to go to reports. Your screen will not look like this normally. We're going to go to franchise. We're going to check the starter points. We just like to see... Wait, am I in the wrong spot? Yep. All right, here we go. So far, where's the quarterback? Okay, this is jumbo size. So, 40 teams have started Dak Prescott, by the way. 40. More than half the league. He's number 1. Tom Brady, they're number 2 with 23 starts. Going in, looking at the running backs, who are people starting? Austin Eckler, 44 starts. Number 2 would be Dalvin Cook. I have not started him yet, actually. We're going to go through these quickly. Just see where we are week by week, who started who. Amari Cooper started with 32 people. Probably a lot of people paired him with Dak Prescott. I know I did. Helped me score 106 points or whatever. Mike Evans also had him this week. 27.863 average. That's amazing, by the way. 16 teams have started him. But you also get Kenny Galladay, Julian Edelman, and Tyler Boyd with over 20 starts each. Tight ends no one really cares about. We're going to hit it anyway. Evan Ingram, not number 1 started. Actually, Zach Ertz, the number 1 started with 25 games. And then place kickers, 23. That means Steven Gostkowski is the number 1 starting one there. He has not the number 1 scorer, though. Greg Zuerlein, with 8 fewer games, has scored 9 more points than him over the season. And then defense, basically whoever's playing the Dolphins is going to be who started. Yeah, that's right. The Patriots, the Cowboys, and the Ravens. Cowboys actually number 1. They played a couple of crappy teams. In fact, they played all 3 crappy teams. So, well, look at that. Patriots, 1,093 points. 37 teams, average of 29.541. How this team does not go undefeated, I'll never know, by the way. They're in a crappy division, I mean, they got rid of 2 of the receivers now, though. I bet you they regret trading Demaryius Thomas after this Antonio Brown debacle. But does it really matter? No, it does not matter. Man, my throat hurts. So that's where we're at for that. Let's take a look at a couple other things. I don't have winners and losers this week because I don't have time. But what we do have is... I'm just going to hit this, make it full screen so I can see what I'm doing here. Hit the schedule button. I'll just look on the screen now. You can't even see it. That's cool. We're going to scroll down to week 4 coming up. Here we go. First of all, right out the gate, we have a top 20 matchup as Brady O'Bush, Ashley Cromwell, taking on the Bleeding Blue Bombers, Pat Provost Sr. That's big. Toon Squad, Out of Tune, Corey Dole, taking on the Squadrels. Unfortunately, nobody cares. Speaking of nobody cares, we got... But here's the thing. Let's see if you really are 1% heart there, 1% heart, because you're taking on a number 10 team built for D Tough. That is Brian Branham. He's probably going to Branham to you. We'll see. Your Mother Likes My Defense, last year's winner, Alan Harvey. He's 1-2 so far. Taking on Password is Taco Dom Valenti, 3-0. This is a good one here. Melissa's Meatballs. They're 2-1, taking on number 19 New Orleans Rock Chucks. Cheechki taking on Lisinski's Legends, a.k.a. the worst team in the league. But... Lisinski, listen to me now. You have something to prove. You have something to prove. Don't let it happen. Don't fall victim to the fake news media. Wait, I'm the news media. It's not fake. This is real hardcore shit right here. You gotta submit a lineup and you gotta beat this dude. And I'll tell you why here in a second, as long as I remember. Then we got, oh, look at this. Isn't this convenient? Honolulu Blue Balls taking on the old Providence Power. What? Yeah, we'll see about the podcast call out there, buddy, this weekend. Chances are I'll probably lose. But still, Honolulu Blue Balls taking on Providence Power. That's me versus Larry Weinberg. Taco Tuesday and Dublin Drunks in a battle of 1 and 2s. Play with Mike Ditka taking on Now You See Me Now You Don't. Earlier in the year, we saw this matchup. We circled this. This is a big matchup. We have 2 great owners. It's Ryan Frazier taking on Tony Cromwell. Unfortunately, one of them's 1 and 2, and one of them's 3 and 0. Hernandez Hitman taking on Trump Up the Volume. 52 Shades of Clay taking on the Nab Tab Knights, who's actually favored in that. That's a couple power owners there, too, both 1 and 2. So, just because they're not ranked doesn't mean anything. Okay, it means something. Bombers taking on the J Footman clan. There's a couple of new 2 owners right there. Concussion Protocol taking on OPP. Can I Get a Hot Chub taking on number 6, Lennon Hurricanes. Number 2, Zeke's Relationship Corners taking on the 166-point Bare Naked Tigers. Come on, Jackie Woods. You're playing like the Chicago Bears. I don't care if they won. They're not good. How do you draft Trubisky when you got Mahomes sitting there? I feel your pain, though. I was a Pistons fan. Still am, although I don't really watch basketball that much anymore. And, yeah, looking back at that Darko trade, or that Darko move, that's what Trubisky's going to be like. Although at least Trubisky played. All right, and then we got the Apache Chiefs. Oh, how about Brown Cow taking on Giggle Giggle. Tallywhackers taking on the Muff Riders. This is my year. Cody Cole on a free fall from number 1 down to wherever he is now. 2 in a row losses. Taking on Sticks It In Ya. Carry On Wayward Son. Brian David taking on Roger Brewer. Number 4 Super Original taking on Steel City Sackers. Cloakle Kiss taking on Collector Kings. That's a good game. 2-1 versus 2-1. Just because you're not ranked doesn't mean anything. I'm not even going to read that whole thing. But that's a long name. Taking on FarmersOnly.com, who if he goes to 0-4, oh my God, the world's going to erupt. Bitch is back. Kelly Fowler, how about you submit a lineup, please? 2 weeks in a row, you got randomized, which is terrible because your name is Bitch is Back. I'm not saying you're a bitch, but I'm certain you're certainly not back because you're not submitting a lineup. You've already gotten disqualified from the lottery. It's week 3. What is happening over there? Tenacious D, the Josh Crampton's team, number 5, hopefully has a hard time as hopefully the bitch is back and does submit a lineup. Fly Eagles Fly taking on Rolling with my homies. For Notification taking on Is That Your Final Answer? Formerly ranked, not anymore. My Balzac hurts. Don Knapp is in for a rough welcome to the MUSL. He started off 1-2, but now taking on number 1 in the nation. Chiz Nasty taking on Nasty Nutria. Bring back the Butt Fumble taking on Riverside Rage and Raincourse, who are 1-2 too. A lot of good owners, or 0-3 and 1-2. This is a weird year so far. Team Has No Name taking on Monstars. Hockenstein taking on Boston George. I believe these are... I think these guys know each other. Maybe, maybe not. They're both new teams, I can tell you that much. Aria's Blade taking on Mayfield's Chubb. That's a big one, Aria. You listening, Aria? It's Paul J. Ward. Mayfield's Chubb is also known as the winner from last year. Even though it's a different team name, but it's the same guy. Alan Harvey. Whispering Eyes taking on Better Bring Your A Game. Stafford's Bastards taking on Hawaiians. Kakambo's taking Brady's Balls. And FL Farging Iceholes taking on, I gotta say it once, the Black Hole. So, yeah. Not a lot of matchups of top 20 versus top 20 teams, but still. Now, I want to show you something real quick before we go here. In case you're confused sexually or not sexually. You get to a situation like this right here, and you're like, what the hell? This makes no sense. Why is number 18 ranked above number 15? And the answer is this. These rankings are a guide to show you how things are doing when it comes to the playoffs, okay? It takes into consideration the following things. Your overall record and your points. That's all it takes into consideration. The standings, however, take into consideration head-to-head, okay? And point blank, Cheechki beat me in week 1, which is why Cheechki is ranked higher than Providence Power, even though, if you zoom in here, I have more points than he does. Making things even further awkward, you get Can I Get a Hot Chub, not even ranked higher than J Footman, or Giggle Giggle, sorry, and definitely higher than J Footman Clan. But, again, Can I Get a Hot Chub has defeated Giggle Giggle. I believe that's the only time that happens, but worth noting. No, Stafford's Bastards beat Mayfield Chubb, too. So, these numbers technically don't mean anything. They just are a guideline as to how good you're doing in the year. When it comes down to it in the standings, though, yes, you can be ranked lower, or you can be ranked higher than someone, but find yourself lower in the standings. All right, sorry this got out after Thursday Night Football. Hopefully it won't happen this week, but hopefully I'm not on hold for 4.5 hours one day at work and set off my whole week like a fucking disaster. Sorry for the F word, but 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours, and the worst part is, guess what? This shit's still not fixed. If you're thinking about starting a business, do a business account at Verizon before you create a personal account. That's all I'm saying, because moving from a personal account to a business account is not a great experience. Just saying. Also, don't buy an iPhone. That's it. I'm out.